our OGL CPP file. So we can include our OGL .h, not J. We can include our IO stream, because you're gonna print some stuff into the console. If you actually did not do the console application one, then you don't need this. So just avoid this. So we can include, that's too many spaces in between. OGL. And make sure device context is set to 0 and rendering is set to 0. We can the destructor. Oh man, this sucks when you're typing fast. You create a lot of mistakes, especially when you're doing multiple stuff at the same time. So our function that will initialize our OpenGL function initialize OpenGL. It's going to be bool OGL initialize extension, OpenGL extensions. Apologize. Make sure it's extensions. So we're gonna go in here and dive in and start creating our stuff, guys. I never expected this gonna be a long tutorial. I'm serious. Just creating our whatever. So basically you're gonna call HTC device content. You're gonna name it device content. Text. You're gonna create another one called pixel format descriptor. And you just call it pixel format. You're gonna call another one, which is gonna call int error, which this will determine if our functions worked or not. It's kind of like DirectX when you create the H result or whatever, and make sure they're actually the result is okay, you know. This is our version of it. So the other one is HGLRC, and call it render context. And another one for bool result, and make sure you set it to false. Okay, so now we're gonna get the device content for this window. So it's device content equals get HDC. Oh, it's get DC. Never mind. Apologize. I was like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, I didn't see it there. So you're gonna pass in our HWD. And then make sure you actually initialized it. Context. Otherwise, return false. And then we're gonna set a temporary pixel format for now. Set temporary default pixel format. So we're gonna use the error and set pixel format. We're gonna pass in our device content. You're gonna pass in 1 for the format, and we're gonna get the pixel format information from here. So make sure you dereference it with the ampersand, and make sure you actually set it correctly. So make sure it does not equal 1. And if it does go in here, just return false. Once you have that, we're gonna create a temporary render context. Rendering context. So render context equals WGL create context, and you're gonna pass in the device context. I don't know why I can say context, guys. I mean content. And make sure you actually set it correctly. And if it didn't, then you want to return false. I think I should put some music background in this tutorials. So I know it could be a little bit boring, guys. I apologize. I'm trying here. This seriously, once you finish initializing all this OpenGL stuff, crap or whatever, then we'll start with the fun stuff. But here comes the boring part and all that kind of stuff going on right now. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Okay. I just letting you know I already created this stuff already. All of this before I wanted to make sure it works first. So I letting you know it will work. It will work, guys. So for a while you will not see anything on the screen for a little while. So anyway, let's continue. Temporary. We're gonna set a temporary rendering context to set it to our current window. Set temporary rendering context as the current rendering. And also gonna let you know, guys, I actually got this tutorial online, and there's like a written blog or whatever online on how to create this stuff. But the thing about their blog is that they do not organize it correctly into like a little small engine, and I'm actually doing it so you could create a small engine out of it. The tutorial does not do that, so I'm actually gonna be like, oh, organize it this way, so you could make it organized and neat and all that kind of stuff. So I'm letting you know, I did not build this myself, which would have been awesome though. So error, you make sure you're gonna call wmake current. And you're gonna call it device contacts rendering contacts. I think I'm gonna start pronouncing it different so I won't confuse it with content. And make sure you actually does not equal 1, because if it does, then that means that I'm stupid and I failed you guys, and I deserve a slap in the face. And return. Make sure if it didn't initialize it correctly, to return false. So in our next line, we can initialize our extensions. Initialize the extensions. So we're gonna use a result equals load extensions, and make sure that you actually initialize it correctly, and if it didn't, then return false like always. I failed you guys. And after that, we're almost close to the end of this function, guys. We're almost there, guys. Just like 6 more lines. So then at the end, we can release our stuff. So make sure WGL make current. Pass in null for each parameter, for both parameters. Oh, you are color coded, huh? Why are you guys color coded? Why not the other ones? Oh, there. Oh. Okay, I'll shut up now. Okay, the next line, WGL delete context. We're gonna delete the render context, and make sure you set it to null, which probably not even necessary, but it's good to have it anyways. And then we can release our DC, our device contacts. Come on, I can't type today. I'm trying to type without looking at the keyboard, and it does suck. I gotta practice more of that, cause I don't know. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna drink something real quick. I made this bomb milkshake that consists of strawberries and bananas. So it's strawberry banana milkshake. So delicious. So we can return true. And that's it for our function. Yay! Compile it, make sure it renders, hopefully. Whoa! Oh, because we haven't initialized it yet, so it's fine. That's an okay error for now. That's an okay error because we haven't initialized our function yet.